What's up guys, and welcome to Fried Sushi Films. I'm about to teach you 3 After Effects transitions that you can use in your next video. So for number 1, first things first, after bringing your footage in, is you're going to get a new adjustment layer. So go to layer, new adjustment layer. You're going to put all of your editing on the adjustment layer so you don't ruin your footage. So make sure you put it on the adjustment layer. Then search for optics compensation. Go ahead and drag that either on the window itself or on the timeline. Alright, let's zoom in here really quickly. Now we're gonna keyframe field of view and make sure you turn on reverse lens distortion. I'm gonna drag this over to about where we want the effect to start, normally about a little over halfway, and then you can just drag this to whatever number you deem is necessary. You can drag it all the way up or all the way down. Alright, let's slide over really quickly. Go over to your second piece of footage, bring down the drop down window on the adjustment layer, and you see these two, first and second. I like to keep those a little bit further than 2 and 3. I like to keep it like 2/3. Like if you think of it in rule of thirds, 2/3 to 1/3. And then you're going to bring back the third keyframe down to 0. We should have a cool little warp distortion sort of effect. Okay guys, for this next one, make sure you have your 2 pieces of footage. This one's called the Luma Key, so make sure you have your 2 pieces of footage already set up, and then find a good spot where you want to do this and make sure they're overlapping. I would say a second at most, no longer than a second. And then what you're gonna do, let's line this up. Alright, what you're gonna do is press Command-Shift-D, and that's gonna cut your footage. Make sure you're on the top piece of footage when you do this. So press Command-Shift-D. There we go. So all the editing is gonna happen on this top piece of footage that we just cut off. So go and search in Effects and Presets, Luma Key. You're just going to drag that, and you can either drop it on the screen or onto the timeline. I'm going to drop this down. And make sure you go a little bit past halfway. Again, 2/3 to 1/3 always looks pretty decent. Here we have some different options, but we're going to use key out darker. You're going to bring the threshold up to wherever you think it's okay. I want to keep the sunset in there, just because the sunset looks nice. So we'll leave it at 100. You want to go back to the beginning, and we're going to bring the threshold down to 0. And then what I like to do is go almost to the end, and then, so yeah, go almost to the end and then bring it up, but not all the way. I don't want it to transition completely. So again, we're going to leave the sunset in there, and I still want to leave some of the brightness. So right there should be fine. And then we can play through it, and there you go. Okay, so if that's too quick for you guys, what you can do is you can drag out the footage. I know that I have extra footage to use. Bring down the effects, the Luma Key, and then just drag your keyframes wherever you want to. Go ahead, there we go. And again, 2/3 to 1/3. That's a little bit bigger than it should be, but you get the picture. And that's a slower version of it, which kind of looks kind of choppy if you ask me. But there you go. Alright guys, for this last one, make sure you have your pieces of footage in After Effects, and make sure that they're overlapping each other, because we're gonna, well, you'll see why in a second. Alright, be sure to switch your 2, whichever one is second, make sure it's on top, and make sure the first one is on the bottom, your first piece of footage. Because we're literally just gonna mask and then fade. So get your pen tool so we can mask around it. And we're gonna do this really, well, I'm gonna do this really quickly. Nothing special at all. Alright, now that it's all masked out, we're gonna go a little bit past halfway. It doesn't matter that you can see the other background, oh well. Go down to the drop down menus, go to mask path, and keyframe it. Then drag it to the beginning. And we're gonna grab one of these, grab your arrow first, and then drag it all the way down, and it's automatically going to set up a keyframe for you on the timeline there. And we have a cool little drag up or slide up, whatever you want to call it, of the two buildings. But we're not done yet. We're going to go over to mask expansion, and where the keyframe ends for the mask path, that's where the mask expansion begins. And we're going to start by keyframing it at 0. Sliding over just a bit, a couple of keyframes. And we're gonna keyframe this up to about 1,000, 2,000, 1,200. Let's do 1,200. Alright, that was kind of slow, so you can go back to the drop down menu, back to mask, until you get to your keyframes. And we're just going to take the playhead and scrub through it to about where we want it to go. Right there is fine, that's where I want it to finish. And just drag everything over to match. And it should line up just right. Alright, so all the keyframes are right. That was a little faster, I like that. But you can play around with it. I'm going to make it a little bit faster. Alright guys, if you liked the video, go ahead and like the video. Comment down below what you want to see next, and as always, don't forget to subscribe.